Hi, this is Shelley Craft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're in New Orleans at the NIBA Conference 2012. I have Robert Miller of Abakan Inc., ABKI, a publicly traded company. Robert, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
It's good to have you. Tell us a little bit about the company.
Well, we're a nanotechnology company. We make specialty coatings for steel, primarily for the oil and gas industry and the oil sands industry right now. We're also doing our initial coatings for the heavy equipment industry and the mining industry.
So, what makes you a nanotech company?
How we prepare the materials. So we're using materials that are regularly used, but what we're doing is we're grinding them much smaller, down to the nano size. We equiax them, which means round them off. We agglomerate them with other materials, and from that we add a few things like dispersants. And that makes the materials not just twice as good or 5 times as good, it makes them 10 times, 15 times better than what the market currently has.
So, give me an example of a client or a customer and how they would use your product.
Okay, we have a joint development agreement with Petrobras. Petrobras has a problem. They're drilling at depth, which makes pressure. At depth they have heat. They also are coming through a salt dome, so it's very corrosive. Heat is corrosive, salt domes are corrosive, or salt makes hydrochloric acid. From this, they need a corrosion protection that will last for the life of the field. So these pipes have to last for up to 15 years, 20 years sometimes. From that, our coatings last longer. So the biggest lab company in the world, DNV, came up and said that our coatings last 6 times longer just from corrosion, and longer from other things make it last longer also, and cheaper, by the way.
That's a pretty good third-party endorsement, I take it.
We have other endorsements. Forbes magazine came out and said of the top 100 promising companies in America, we were the top-ranked nanotech company and the top materials company. U.S. Army said we were the best example of a company, which is on our website, this article, saying that we were the epitome of why they give grants called Small Business Innovation Research Grants. And they identified us as our top example. There's more than that, though. The National Institute of Standards and Technology gave us a $1.7 million award over 120 other companies. Okay.
I get it. We're going to send them to the website to see all of the awards.
You'll see all that.
What is your background?
I'm a financier. I call myself an investor. In the 80s, I was a stockbroker. Then I became the largest shareholder of a successful merchant bank called Asia America. Then I went for a short time into mining for a few years, myself being a Canadian. I was the president and founder of Crystalex International, which is a pretty well-known company. Then I went back into technology deals from the mid-90s. I was a director and largest shareholder of a Y2K company that listed NASDAQ. Then I had my company called Nanovation Technologies, which did deals with, we had Motorola as a shareholder, MIT we had an exclusive with, Northwestern University, we built a lab there. From there I spent the mid-2000s in China, like everyone else, I guess. And since 2006 or so, I've been just looking at back to technology and renewable energy projects.
Well, it sounds to me like you found yourself something that has a lot of legs, as they say.
I was introduced to this deal. I had a pretty active company in Brazil that we sold to English people in 1997. One of the expats who lived there, he went back and told me one day he met a guy from Halliburton who consults to Petrobras. That man said, if you don't have access to a technology coming out of Cleveland, Ohio, you won't win a high-end coating job for the oil industry within 5 years. That's 2 years ago. That's turning out that 5 years will be hopefully 4 years tops. I was very lucky to be introduced to the company. I won the bidding for it. We now control the company. It's called Mesocoat Inc. And it's a lot of hard work, but it's paying off.
What is your website?
Website is abakaninc.com. That's ABAKANINC.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Miller, Abakan Inc., symbol ABKI. I want to thank you for coming on to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley.
You're welcome.